Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We're playing Disgaea Hour of Darkness. I just wanted to go through a couple of the areas that I had previously actually gone through by opening up more bills in the Dark Assembly. I'm not going to do one for the Cave of Ordeals just because there really isn't anything in there. There's the one level that's good for leveling, but that's about it. So, also, this is the alternate Netherworld. I don't think I did the this. So this must be the second. Let me just see here. Yeah, alternate netherworld. Yeah, this actually I think is the fifth. Yeah, the fifth level of the alternate netherworld. So the other four areas aren't anything to really be impressed by. Uh, so moving on right to the end here. Again, this is Warrior Maiden. And this is the battle where you fight Priere. She is actually, I think, one of the. I think she's like the protagonist of. I think it's Lapusel Tactics. Very similar game to this. I think it's actually developed by. It must be developed by the same company. I'm super rusty. I played it, however many years ago. But she does have this the Arcadia. You can't steal from her, though, which is very strange. I'm not really sure why they did that, other than the fact that you get this stuff from her anyway. So I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Where it doesn't really do you that much good to steal it. One of the interesting things, though, with her is that the gear that she has equipped right now isn't necessarily the gear that you actually end up with, because she actually joins you after this. And I actually just came in here and reset this until she had I think it was a gold version, or a legendary version of her Lucifer. I think it's the Lucifer Force. It's her weapon. And yeah, here I just brought this. I brought my thief in just to show you here that you can't steal from her at all. There is no chance. I guess aside from the stats, but. Anyways, yeah. So I think in this or at this point. Yeah, I don't know why I even bothered with that. I guess technically, Laharl was a little bit higher level than my actual thief, but it doesn't matter. He's not able to steal here. But yeah. Anyway, so I did include some footage right after this clip here of her with a legendary Lucifer Force, but when I actually finished the battle, she still had the basic one. So. That was kind of interesting. And there it says Overlord Priere joined your party. So she is she's kind of cool. She's an extra character, obviously, that you don't necessarily need to get, but she's kind of hidden. So there you have it. Yeah, she's her class is the Overlord. Her level is 2,000, so she's pretty beefy already. Starting with the Lucifer Force, the Infernal Armor, and that Arcadia. The Arcadia is always a legendary. I reset this a bunch of different times. Here it is. And I like I said, I had gone into this a bunch of times just to see if I could get her to have a legendary Lucifer Force. And while she does here in battle, she actually just didn't end up, or that didn't carry over. I'm not really sure why that's the case. It seemed a little weird, but whatever. It is what it is, right? And it's maybe a long story short. It's just not an easy way to get a quick, legendary Lucifer Force. So there, I did actually get another Arcadia, just a common one though. So that wasn't something that I would end up keeping. But all right, so let's go back out here and we'll take a look again at her. There you have it. She just has the old Lucifer Force from before. But yeah, very strange. I'm not really sure why that was the case. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so let's see what's next. I think the next one is going to be the Beauty Castle, which is... let me just see the name of this bill. Can't remember now. The Mysterious Seal. So, pretty tough to actually unlock. Now, I also have to apologize. I don't know if this was, actually voice acted. Something tells me it might not have been, but I also had a little issue with my my capture software, and well, maybe it wasn't the capture software. I guess it's more like the volume. Every other, or it's something with my emulator. The settings were a little weird. So then when I did some of this initial footage when I was recording it, the volume of the characters speaking wasn't up high enough, and I eventually fixed that. But it was after I had already taken this footage. So anyway, so the mysterious seal is actually only, I think it's 2 levels. Let me just go back in here and check one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Beauty Castle is only 2 levels, so it's Foreboding Seal, and then it's Beauty of Evil. Beauty of Evil is obviously this level here, and this is Marjoly. I noticed that her items that she has equipped too, so she has 4 different gold items. It seemed like the rarity was always the same, or at least the slots were always the same. I didn't check actually if the rarity, numbers themselves were always the same. But yeah, I thought that was a little strange too. Let me just see here. So whoops, and I need to pull this back up. Yeah, so she's got the Nyanko Soul, which is her weapon. That was always a 10 slot. And I reset a bunch of different times to try to see if that was different. Gao's Guts was always, was that 10? No, 12 for the population, right? So 12 slots for what is wrong with me here? The specialists. And then Crowdia's Beauty always had 12, and then Meow's Cat Ears always had 10. So it's 10, 12, 12. And the rarity, I don't know if the rarity itself changed. I should have tested that. I don't think I had really given that much thought. But my Nyanko Soul is a rarity 1, and then Gao's Guts is 6. Crowdia's Beauty is 7, and then Meow's Cat Ears is back down to 6 rarity. So, all right. So anyways, at that point, I think once you beat it must be the Mysterious Seal or the Beauty Castle, then Baal's castle becomes available. And again, same deal here. I don't know if this was actually voice acted. I don't think it was, though, which is a little sad. But here, yeah, this is the Lord of Terror, Baal or Baal. Now, I had to get a little bit creative here in how to beat him and then how to steal from him as well. You can see here his level is 4,000, so your thief needs to really be, at least at level 2,500 or so. Just so that, well, no, not quite that high. Maybe right around level 2,000. And then, double that should be around a good chance to steal. Now, I was a little bit far off from that, so I wasn't able to get anything better than a 1% steal rate here. So, again, I just took advantage, though, of save states, and this process actually honestly really sucks, but, I didn't want to put the work into leveling my thief anymore. So I just went here with the save states, saved, tried to steal, and then reloaded the save state if it failed, which of course it does a bunch of times. You really want to steal a Nemesis, though. You also want to steal the Super Robo Suit. There's the successful steal on the Nemesis. To be honest, though, I probably should have stolen the Super Robo Suit first, just because that would have knocked down his defense quite a bit. I don't know actually if the Nemesis increases defense. Maybe it didn't really matter the order that I stole in, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, it ended up being just fine. Now here's where like I was saying, I had to get a little bit creative though too. I noticed that Baal was one-shotting Laharl still. And so what I did instead was to, instead of running the risk of him getting one shot, I basically just pick him up here at the end of my turn after I attack him with Laharl here. And I lift him up and just leave him up in the air. And then that way he doesn't actually get a turn. And so he's not able to, he'll still kill whoever, lifts him up, unless you're, I guess, maybe like have crazy amounts of health or something. But yeah, anyway, so I lift him up here with, it looks like Etna the first turn. Again, knowing full well that he's going to kill her. So we'll just end the turn. And he'll deal the damage to Etna. Boom, kills her. And then here, I wanted to steal the Super Robo Suit next. So I just go over to the side of him. And we'll use another. Unfortunately, I only had Bandit's Hands, which I don't think it really mattered that much. I wasn't, I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have really access to much better, but I don't think it would have mattered that much anyway because my level was too low. So if you're trying to steal here, it really just matters your thief's level. There's the successful steal. Your thief's level, the hand, the better hands give you a better chance to steal as well because of the hit. I theorize maybe that if you put a bunch of specialists with plus to their hit rating on the hand itself, then maybe you'd have a better chance to steal. But the problem with that is once you use that hand, it's gone. And so you'd be using a lot of time, subduing specialists from different items, gathering them all together and then putting them on the hand. But then you're just going to lose them anyway. So I just thought, you know what, we'll just go the slow way and, go for the 1% chance. So here at this point, I think Baal should take more damage because he doesn't have the Super Robo Suit anymore. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to how much I was doing before, but yeah, I'm hitting him for about 322,000. I already have the Yoshitsuna, which I should at some point here do a video on how to get those as well. It's pretty easy. You just need to find a Cosmic Blade and go all the way to floor 100, and then the item god will have the Yoshitsuna, which then you just need to steal from him. So, but yeah, it's an amazing sword. It hits really, really hard here, especially after you have it, kind of tricked out. If you, go through all 100 levels, kill all the item gods and item kings or whatever else they've got, and yeah, that'll get you a really good weapon. But so yeah, here it's really just about making sure that Baal doesn't get a turn by lifting him up during his turn, and then continuing on here with Laharl. Yeah, doing about 600k every turn. It's looking like, at least, which isn't too bad. It's just this guy's level 4,000 and has a lot of health, so it really takes a while to work your way through. But we'll get there. Crunch. Yeah, doing about 600k. All right, so it looks like one more turn here, and we'll have him. Again, kind of maybe a little bit of a cheesy way, and honestly, not really going to be viable if you're kind of playing without an emulator, right? Because without those save states, you're really not going to be able to steal from this guy. And the problem is once you kill Baal in this form, he goes into Prinny form, and he won't have the same items. He'll kind of have better items, kind of. I say that term, very loosely. But that's not the sword I have on him. I beat him. Now I'm the Lord of Terror. Yeah, and that's the other really nice thing about beating Baal is once Baal is dead, you get the is it Tyrant? I think it's the Tyrant title for Laharl, which makes it very, very easy to pass basically all the bills in the Dark Assembly. So, well done, Marjoly, you've grown. I don't know who's speaking right now. That voice. Team which you defeated, Baal, the Lord of Terror, was planning to conquer all the nether worlds in existence. Father gave his life in order to stop Baal from achieving his ambition. My old man did. That is correct. Father succeeded in sealing away Baal, but in the process he exhausted all of his power. I see. My old man fought him here. Laharl, you have assumed your father's role as overlord and have fulfilled your duty remarkably well. You have earned the right to call yourself Laharl, the Lord of Terror. Which is weird, because that's not actually his title. It's Tyrant, but whatever. Laharl become a great overlord. Laharl has earned the title Lord of Terror. Yeah, not really, though. It's Tyrant. It's just Tyrant. Lord of Terror would have been cooler, but I guess Tyrant works. Okay, yeah, and there you have it, Tyrant. Level 2254. too bad. And there's the gear that I had equipped. Wow, it's kind of funny seeing this now. That devil ring is not that good. That's like a mid-level emblem, which I ended up replacing here eventually. But all right, so at this point, I did a lot more leveling and a lot of other stuff, and I wanted to go back in and fight the Prinny version of Baal. So you're gonna need to steal again here, which is really obnoxious. I hate this process, especially on an enemy that has two different items. It's kind of the worst. But here he's got the Nemesis Mark II. I actually don't think that that's as good as the regular Nemesis, because this already starts at level 100. It's kind of nice because it just gives you a really, really powerful item or weapon, but it's already maxed out, and so you can't really you can get actually better stats by leveling up a Nemesis Mark I, but whatever. And he also has the Prinny suit, which kind of same issue. It already starts at level 100, so that one's not very good. Now, I think, or what I'm going to try to do is go through the item world on the Prinny costume, and just see if the one from the item world is already at level 100 as well. I'm really curious about that, because if so, then I can try to to make it kind of better. But we'll see. So yeah, there he has the Prinny costume as well. And I just did the same thing. So very, very similar strategy to the original version of Baal, which, again, unfortunately, if you're not playing in an emulator, stealing in this way is not going to be viable. You're going to want to level up your thief higher, which, honestly does really suck. Leveling gets really, really slow if you're at this point. There may be more optimal places in the game as well, but I haven't done any of the story, basically, so the only leveling spots that I really had was Cave of Ordeals and Item World. So anyways, yeah, I sped this all up to while I was loading my save states. Every once in a while, because of the way save states work, it's a good idea to actually just back off and then resave. And then there it is. I ended up getting the Prinny costume. So that didn't take too long, honestly. Also, Prinny costume would have made more sense to steal first, and honestly, because of the same reason that I was talking about when I fought Baal. When you take out when you steal the Prinny costume, he loses a bunch of defense, so you can do a bunch more damage. But here I'm almost doing 1,000,000 damage with Hurricane Slash. So at this point, it's really just abusing kind of the same strategy here, and lifting him up during his turn so that he's not able to deal any damage. Plunk. There we go. We'll just lift that and end the turn. Poof. There we go. I also need to check something really quickly. One of these levels may have been the level where you get what is the name of that? The hyperdrive, which I don't know. I don't think it's that great, but it's nice. It's convenient in certain places anyway. Hyperdrive lets you teleport anywhere. Problem is you can't step on exit tiles. So let me just see here. Hyperdrive. I just can't remember where this thing came from. Oh, yeah, Item World. It comes from, must be, what is it, your first? Yeah, upon killing an item god too. So basically you have to get all the way to level 100 in a really good item. I don't remember though. Yeah, I can't find. Level 100 of a rank 40 item. So it basically means the best. It's kind of like the best items in the game, or like at least very close to the best items in the game. Probably like a cosmic blade. So like the first time I went down to floor 100 of a cosmic blade to get the Yoshitsuna, after I beat that item god, that is when I got my hyperdrive. You have to be careful. Your inventory can't be full. I mean, I think it's fine if you have space in your... I don't think it has to be your initial inventory, although maybe. I guess maybe it's a good idea to leave at floor 99 empty out a couple of spots and then, go kill the item god too. But I think if you have enough space in your warehouse, though, too, it should just kick to your warehouse. But I'm not 100% sure on that, so it's probably best to just, leave some spots open in your regular inventory. Also, apparently in some of the other versions of the game, things changed a little bit, and so, I'm playing Hour of Darkness, the original PS2 version, so... Anyways, there it is. There is the death of Prinny Bell. You can actually go back in there, too, if you want, and actually he'll still have those items again, so you can steal... any number of Nemesis Mark IIs and Prinny costumes that you want. So, but anyways, that is going to be it for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.